Hey, my festive cats and kittens, it's Erica. Welcome to my studio. Hey everybody, welcome back. So today I am making a very cute Christmas centerpiece, and we are going to be using a super cute reindeer mold. So right now you can see me mixing up some epoxy. I just have a very little bit. I want to go ahead and fill in the reindeer's antlers first, and I'm going to use this amazing holographic silver glitter. Ooh. It's a really small area that I'm going to be putting this in, so I do get a pipette out to help me. There was no chance I was going to be able to pour that into those tiny little antlers and get it in the right spot. This glitter is just so pretty. And there's part of my head. If you can hear my dog, excuse her, she is having a moment. We have some people at the house and she's kind of lost her mind. And I do end up getting some bubbles in these antlers. I wasn't terribly worried about it, and you really can't tell unless you're looking very closely at the reindeer, and he turns out so cute anyhow. And I spray some alcohol and I give it a good squeeze and a tap, trying to get as many bubbles out as I can. I'm going to fill up the reindeer now. His antlers have cured. And if you haven't watched my froggy video, you should do that. You can see my froggy in the upper left-hand corner. And then on the right, I just have some extra resin at times, and I pour little ornaments for family members. So I'm going to be doing a double pour using a mint green color and a pastel pink. So I added a few drops of resin dye. The color is malachite. It is an emerald green. And I'm also going to be adding some gold interference powder. They call this a ghost pigment. It's super sparkly, very shimmery, and is color shifting, and you'll see how that works. And of course, I'm mixing the crap out of it. And now I'm making the pink. I am using a light pink color from Arteza. This is a mica powder. And I do end up adding some resin dye to it as well. It is, I believe I used the color Rose Quartz, and these are part of a set, which I will have linked in the description. Now this is part of a collaboration with many other crafters. This is part of Crafty YouTubers United. That's a mouthful for me. It's really hard to say. But we have all made some Christmas videos for you. The playlist is going to be linked in my description, so please don't forget to go watch all the other videos. It's all in one place for you. Grab a snack, grab a drink, and sit down and have some fun watching some really cute stuff being made. So the color was not saturated enough for me. I did add some extra mica powder to the pink. And I will let this resin sit for a bit. It has already been sitting. My hope is that the resins won't mix too much while I pour them. It didn't work very well. I should have waited longer, but it turns out cute anyhow. It's at this point that I realized I didn't make enough resin, because of course I didn't. It's either way too much resin or not enough. So I will be pouring another layer in this later. think I shouldn't have stirred it. I go in right now, you can see I did very little. I really didn't do much, but I think it was just enough, and the resin was just thin enough that it ended up mixing it together. It's all good though. Okay, so I greatly apologize. I have no idea what happened to the footage of myself pouring this tray, and I will go ahead and explain it to you. I made up more of the pink mica powder and resin dye mixture, the green resin dye and green interference powder mixture, and some clear resin with the silver glitter. I poured the mint green color on the outside, then I poured the pastel pink color just inside the green, and then I put the clear with the silver glitter in the middle. Look how pretty this glitter is. Oh, it's beautiful. And this is the same silver glitter that was in the antlers and also in the middle of our tray. So I am going to be pouring some handles. I'm pouring the last layer of the reindeer here. And then I decided I didn't want the handles clear because the glitter will sink, and I really didn't want all the glitter in the little parts that will attach to the tray. So I added some of that same resin dye so that it had a little bit of color too. And actually the glitter didn't sink too much. Now this thing was a pain in the you-know-what to pour. It's very skinny, and I had to sit there and try so hard not to get it to spill over. I do end up with a couple of bits that spilled over, but not a lot. I do end up getting a pipette eventually because I was like, yeah, this isn't gonna happen. I'm gonna make a huge mess. I don't have the coordination to do this with just pouring out of a cup. Little tap there, trying to get some bubbles out. And at that point I gave up. So here's the pipette. So it is still bendy even though it's cured. Our reindeer is totally cured. He's good to go. I ride the struggle bus here, trying to get this unmolded.
God, help me! Help me, Rod. Help me!
I eventually got there though. I thought I was gonna rip this mold apart trying to get it off, but luckily it's nice and flexible, and there was no issue there. Look how cute he is. Reindeer kiss. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing is I will be pouring this clear over the top of the tray, and that is how I'm going to embed my handles. I was originally going to embed the reindeer as well, but I ended up messing around with him for so long trying to get parts of him painted that I missed the window to get it embedded in. It's okay though. I like the fact that I can move it around, so I think that's going to work out better to have it not attached. And I'm just going around and getting fuzz. How does fuzz always end up in stuff? I have no idea. I can pour it and 3 seconds later there's fuzz all over it. Here I am, popping bubbles. You do want to be careful with your torch. You don't want to hit the mold at all. I even have a cover, and it still gets fuzz in it. I don't know how that happens. This was also not the easiest to unmold, but I do get there. They are still flexible. They have not hard cured yet, but that's okay. They can still go into the tray and they'll continue to cure while the top coat is curing as well. And I waited a little bit. I let the resin sit for a while because I didn't want these to travel inward as the resin cured and also traveled inward. I did have to babysit it a little bit, but it worked out. I don't know what that is, and it stayed there. I don't manage to get rid of it. I thought I did here, but I didn't. I guess that's where the reindeer will go. Okay, so here's where the crazy starts with trying to paint the reindeer. And I'm starting out with a Posca pen. This has a very thin, fine tip, but it still wasn't going to work. His little eyes looked really beady and sort of disproportionate and odd. So this is the first place where I end up messing with it far too much. And I have no idea why or how I zoomed in so far. I didn't mean to do that, and a lot of this ends up out of shot, and I'm really sorry. I cut a lot out. I mean, you didn't need to see 3 hours of me messing around with paint anyhow, so I don't think it's a loss. And here I'm like, hey, I know what I'll do. I'm going to use gel paint for nails. So this is awesome gel paint. The company is called Madam Glam, and I use their polishes too. It is a 60-second UV cure, and you don't need to top coat it. It is perfect just as it is, as long as you can get it to cure and it's not too thick, which is exactly what I did. And I had to redo these eyes like 6 times. Look how cute his little smile is. I just love this reindeer. I'm going to make many more. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but I'm going to make them. So I decided to put this pink gel polish into his little mouth, and I really like the way that turned out. You can see here he's also got a collar, and I think that's supposed to be a bell. I end up painting those too. And frankly, I think I'm going to use this color on my nails too. It's really cute. And you can see I have the silver gel paint as well. I end up using that for the little reflection in his eyes. And I know bells aren't mint green, but you know what? His bell is mint green because I love it. The polishes do need a top coat, so I just use my UV resin and it works out great. And I am using the smallest paintbrush on the planet Earth. It worked out nicely. It's great for nails too, also from Madam Glam. Okay, and here they are all done. I love this. It looks so cute with my Christmas table runner. I love these sort of kitschy mid-century patterns, which shouldn't surprise you because it's even in my channel name. I get all of these table runners from spoonflower.com. So I hope you like my reindeer and my tray. He may end up with a friend, who knows, but I can't wait to use this for the rest of the season. Thanks so much for watching. Stay festive, cats and kittens, and I'll see you soon.